What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ Q Waves back again with another new video. Alright, so this time it's going to be a little different. So this is my first episode of Top 5 Rap Albums by a particular artist. On this episode, I'm going to be covering and ranking Tupac's 5 solo albums that I feel like that were his best during his lifetime. Remember, this is my personal opinion based on my own preference and ideas. Y'all can share y'all thoughts and y'all comments what you think about the list after I'm done. So there's always a lot of emotion and anger in this when there's ranking or something and Tupac is involved. Some people always want him on the number one spot, wherever the curriculum is. Well, these 5 Tupac albums cannot all be number one. So some of you would be disappointed. Don't be angry. This is my opinion. Alright, so let's get to the list. For number 5, Tupacalypse Now. Now, after the Oakland crew Digital Underground put him on, this debut album signaled the arrival of a major new talent. It is true that Tupac's flow and voice aren't fully developed yet, and the beats on Tupacalypse Now are not all great, but the lyrical content of the album is excellent. Tupac clearly is still looking for his style, but presents himself as a talented, intelligent young artist who confidently tackles subjects like poverty, police brutality, discrimination, politics, and life on the streets. The album is rough around the edges but insightful and sensitive, at the same time aggressive and intense. Tracks from Brandon's Got a Baby and Trap, and noteworthy songs as The Lieutenant, Part-Time Mother, If My Homies Call, Words of Wisdoms, and Soldier Stories. Great debut album by Tupac. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 7 out of 10. Alright, for number 4, Strictly for My Niggas. Like was the case with Tupac's Now on the sophomore album, Tupac still hasn't found his style yet, but Tupac's raw talent, powerful charisma, and even more evident here than is on his debut, which makes this album the perfect stepping stone to his real breakout album, Me Against the World. Alright, anyway, so Strictly for My Niggas has a raw, sometimes bit unpolished underground feel to it, and is less consistent production-wise as his following albums would be, but it's an important album anyway, if only because it showed the world an icon in the making. So, he had the song that the beautiful song to all the women in the world, Keep Your Head Up, the motor song about his absent father, Papa songs, cuts like Holla If You Hear Me, Soldier's Revenge, I Get Around with Digital Underground, Last Words with Ice Cube and Ice-T are just a few of the highlights cuts that were instrumental in setting Tupac on his path to the versatile, emotional, charismatic legend he will become. And what I would give this album is a 7.5 out of 10. Alright, let's get to number 3. Don Illuminati, The 7th Day Theory. This was released just a few months after Tupac's murder in 1996, September 13th. This turned out to be extremely prophetic with so many references to his own deaths. It's chilling. The album features some of the best instrumentals Pac has ever got to work with, and lyrically it has Tupac at his harshest, yet emotional and poetic best, with classic cuts like Me and My Girlfriend, Hail Mary, Hold Your Head, to the LA anthem, To Live and Die in LA. The Don Illuminati, The 7th Day Theory turned to be the last monumental album of a young genius who sadly thugged his way to his own demise. And to me, I give this album 8.5 out of 10. Alright, for my number 2 of the greatest Tupac's albums of all time, I gotta put All Eyes on Me. All Eyes on Me is probably Tupac's most popular album, released when he was at the peak of his fame while alive. It certainly was his best seller and most successful, selling upwards of 10 million units in the US alone. Packed with classic songs like I Ain't Mad at Ya, Ambitious as a Rider, Life Goes On, California Love, Only God Could Judge Me, Hearts and Men, many more. And man, my favorite one in the whole album is Picture Me Rolling, and showcasing Tupac's signature mix of thuggism and his vulnerable, thoughtful side. All Eyes on Me surely is a landmark album and one of his most balanced albums with a double disc. Classic album. Classic. Alright, now finally, the number 1 Tupac album to me that he ever dropped is Me Against the World. Although the follow-up All Eyes on Me may be the more popular album, Me Against the World is the much more cohesive, balanced, and tight. Me Against the World is Tupac's third album and the one which he reaches real maturity. He's not the all-out third persona yet, and his album is better for it. On this album, he's able to show all aspects of his tormented being better than on any of his albums. On this album, he truly found his prophetic voice, projecting his struggle, confusion, hope, bitterness, and anger in a brilliant way. Tracks from Dear Mama, So Many Tears are the absolute highlights. But unlike his own other albums, Me Against the World holds no real weak or filler tracks. If I Die Tonight, Heavy in the Game, Temptations, Death Around the Corner, Me Against the World, and the oldie to those who became before him, Old School, are all Tupac bangers, and the rest of the track list is dope too. Me Against the World is easily Tupac's best and impressive album and an all-time classic. And now we'll give this album a 9.5 out of 10. Alright, well, there goes my top 5 list. What do y'all think? Like, do y'all agree? Disagree? Share your thoughts. Comment below, man. What do y'all gotta say about this list, man? Cause y'all gotta tell me, or y'all disagree about the number one. Cause please tell me. Y'all let me know. And yeah, but be sure to stay tuned for the next episode. I'm gonna be covering Nas' next week's episode of his top 5 albums of all time. And at the end of that, be sure to like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell to get more videos like this. Peace.